This is going to be a bit of a weird one because right now I have finished leveling all of my alchemy and tailoring on all these little Lobby alts up to 210. Well, Claudetta's up to 240 because she was doing other things. She was doing other things, testing things. Oh, no, that's right. I've actually been leveling on her. Right. Okay, I'll get to that in a moment. So she's done with her tailoring for this week until the next Dark Moon Fair cycle. But I got these all from 200 to 210 at the Dark Moon Fair. I mean, I cycled through every single character in my entire roster here, taking them to the Dark Moon Fair, making sure they got trained up. And of course, I forgot on a couple of them to train up fishing, so they're pegged at 150. So I have to go train like 2 of them to unlock the next fishing. But if you look at my little sheet here, I'm going to just remove all these because I didn't use the sheet to keep track. I just used their profession level to keep track of who had done it this week. Okay, so anyway, my ADHD, I don't have ADHD, but I get ADHD when I'm doing this kind of a thing, like very easily distracted by things. Okay, so the first task is to put in all these materials that I need to do this leveling to 240. So all these bolts of Mage Weave, all of these materials that get to, I think I'm going to here, right? Because it gets more expensive when I get to 252. So I decided I would go all the way to 252, but only to 240 with Mage Weave, because then I can get these free, and then Rune Cloth is really cheap. So it's really easy to level to 300 with Rune Cloth. And I'll get the Dream Dust just by disenchanting all these items. So from 250 to 290 is going to be super cheap. From 2 to 240 is a bit more expensive. From 240 to 250 is even more expensive because it requires many more bolts of Mage Weave per item. And I can just sell the Mage Weave instead, right? I can just hold off. I can be patient, do the Dark Moon Fair in 2 weeks, and then I'm good, right? I save myself a lot of cash. I have all the materials to make Philosopher's Stones on all these characters on Zaviast. I have all the Sungrass on this character. So he needs to, on Yandos, he needs to basically pull these out of his little private store here and put those on the guild bank so the other characters can pull them out.
Safe travels.
They all have their own Philosopher's Stone recipe, which I bought like 2 years ago or whenever it was that I was first like setting out to do this mission. I just need to find a space where I can put all these. There we go. So today's big task is getting all of these characters to 240 in tailoring and 252 in alchemy. So come on, get in there. It's very slow because there's anti-duping code that delays the time that it takes to put in and pull out. That's what she said. Okay. There's that. Let me pop over. Let me actually go train up fishing before I forget. Not that I need fishing on all these characters, but you know, maybe I'll be somewhere in some pool up here and it'd be like, ooh. I guess you don't really need fishing above 1 for a pool, but you never know. It's just nice to have things leveled up just in case.
Good day to you.
Trainer, train me.
Have a good one.
Okay, so Yandos, let's bring him back to the main area. One of the things I was trying to do is on Claudetta, I was trying to figure out the most optimal way to level. Like I initially had my ranges a little bit different because I didn't know, because there's a recipes go from orange to yellow, yellow to green, green to gray. While they are orange, you're guaranteed a skill up. When they're yellow, the odds go below 100%. So how far can you go? Well, there's a built-in 20% buff as far as, because it's Mists of Pandaria. And if we look at our spell books, we can see that part of being in a guild, where is it here? There's a passive that we get in this specific expansion. Reinforce, Doctor's in, Human Spirit. Where is it? Okay, so I have both 1 and 2. I do not think these stack. I think all we get is this one, but I'm not positive. I should look that up because if it's a 30%, so the idea is that if you're looking in the skill book, and I have a skillet, which tells me the odds of getting a skill up, right? Right now, my chance is 66.6. Down here, it would be 33.3. So what it is, I take that 66.6, I add 20% to it, and that's my chance of getting a skill up. So I would not want to make green silken shoulders because it's only 86.6. Let me look at it quick. Mop, does working overtime go to 30%? Miss Pandaria. Working overtime. Okay, so let's look at this. Comments. Green skill ups within use. I don't do green skill ups. I think they don't stack because for some reason I'm remembering like when it would get down to like 75%, I would miss one occasionally, which makes sense.
Hey there.
I'm going to approach it as if they do not stack because that would seem a bit overpowered if they stacked. Like a 30% buff, like you unlock this one by, getting your guild rank to a certain thing, and then you get it to here, right, by doing more things with the guild, the guild advances. So I can't imagine why they would stack. That seems way overpowered. It'd be like, the writing, you don't get, artisan plus master as far as your speed goes. Like this overwrites that, right? And expert writing, the level 40 writing overwrites the level 20 writing. They don't stack with each other. So worry about leveling him later. Right now he's going to grab materials for Philosopher's Stones.
Need something?
So all these banked up. I went through I had a couple days, like a couple weeks ago or a week ago, where I went through and just found really good discounts and plucked a few extra flowers here and there when needed, just so I could have all this ready to go. Let's see here. Is there more room on this page? Yes, there is. This will all be cleared out as of today, so I'm not permanently taking up this extra space in the guild bank on what is the wrong page. Like, this is the page for Outlands mats. So these are in the wrong place. I reorganized everything by expansion level. Like this is first half of Classic, second half of Classic, Burning Crusade, Northrend, Cataclysm, and then Mop. So, all right. So we have that. I don't think I left anything behind.
Well met.
Okay, good.
Light bless you.
Right, so this guy's going to log out. And then I have Mage Weave Cloth on Zalberto. So he's not going to... I don't think I'll need that extra Mage Weave Cloth, but if I do, I can log into him and get it. So let me go back to the character that I was leveling, Claudetta. This is who I was on when I realized, oh, shoot, I need Sungrass, and I need to also do the Philosopher's Stone. Got it. Okay, so I'm on Claudetta. Let's grab out her Philosopher's Stone recipe that's been sitting here for over a year. All right.
Have a good one.
Now she's going to grab out Sungrass. So I'll just grab a couple of those. I'll grab that. Grab that. I'm not like dividing it out into stacks, into individual things. I'll just dump back in whatever she doesn't use when she's leveling. You can see the process that I'm going through. I'll do this on a couple characters. I won't record it on all of them. It's basically the same process. But on Claudetta, I'm paying very close attention to the skill up percent chance. The percent chance to skill up. I want to make sure that when I use the native skill up chance plus the 20% working overtime, it's aggregated or summed to be at least 100%. 100% or higher. So my rule right now is following this, right? So 5 of those, then probably, well, I might adjust these, you know, as the breakpoints hit differently, because I had to sort of guess where this would hit 80% or drop below 80%, but, you know, I might be wrong. 5. Khadgar Whisker. Goldthorn is much more expensive than Sungrass, so I'm trying to use as little of that as possible. Make sure it's off. Thank you. All right, so now I've also listed out which ones I want to train, because as I get higher and higher, these recipes get more and more expensive. Like right here, it's almost a gold, right? Pretty soon they'll be like 4 or 5 gold. So I don't want to, from this point on, I don't want to buy all the recipes. I only buy the ones that I need to level. So right now I'm going to buy Super Healing Pot. Super Healing Potion. There we go.
Goddess watch over.
And now we will level with this until we get to, this is like the cheapest thing I can make right now. So I'm just going to watch. I'm just going to keep making them. And when the chance hits 80%, that'll be the last one that I make. It'll be a while. I can just move off and come back, and it'll keep updating it every time it levels. You can see it normally would break at 230. So at 230, you'll see this, or 231, you'll see the percent start to go down. The question is, when will it reach 80%? 97, 95, 92, 90. It's going down by 2.5% each time. So 8. Okay, I think that's it. So at 239, we finally reached below 80%. Okay, so note all nice hits. All right, so I'm going to write that in here. I got to 239. 239. So 239 to 240 will be the Philosopher's Stone, right? Let's see. That was 14, so 28 and 28. 14, this minus this is 14. So I actually used 28 of those and 28 of those. So Philosopher's Stone, I just have the materials set aside. And then we're going to go from here to 250. That'll take 10 of these and 10 of those. Good, good, good. All right, so Philosopher's Stone, I need to learn it. Once I have this pattern like figured out, then I'll just follow it for all the characters. Okay, so we're going to make Follower's Stone. It normally goes to 240. Tell you what, let's save this until it drops to 80%. Yes, let's do that. Okay, so Superior Healing Stone, no. So now we're going to learn Elixir of Greater Intelligence. Yes. Greater Intellect. We should be good there. Blindweed. Okay, now I'm on to Blindweed. Let me go get my Blindweed. I have tons of it stored. It's like an elaborate puzzle. I love these crafting profession puzzles. I love trying to figure them out and optimize them and get them to be as streamlined as possible. I did buy a couple items from the vendor, so I'm just going to mail those off to my auction character. I don't need Wild Steel Bloom for anything anymore, I don't think. All right, so now we're on to Blindweed, which is right here. Yes. And I think I still need Khadgar's Whiskers, don't I? I have plenty of those. All right. Okay, I'm done with Goldthorn. I'm done with Sungrass. I need the Stone Scale Eels. I think that's it. Next time I'll just yank like everything out at once. Rather than piecemealing it, because I didn't realize I was going all the way to 252. I thought I was doing to 240 like with tailoring, but apparently not. I figured it out. So now I'm re-architecting the entire process based on a real leveling process with actual materials rather than theorizing it. Still going for the cheapest way to level. Okay, so now I just need, yeah, I was planning on, not planning on getting past 240. So, 40 crystal vials, right? Or maybe 45. Okay, so let's do, I'm going until this gets to 80%, so. Oh, that dropped quickly. 97. Maybe I should just do this one now. Because this is going to last longer, isn't it? 250 to 240. Yeah, it makes more sense to just do this. Okay, so I'll do that one to get to 240. That makes more sense. Just like I had it originally, right? So I would go from 239 to 240 with this. And then start leveling with greater intellect. So my original plan was to do greater intellect to 250. So I'll do 7 more of those to get to 250. And that makes them yellow. But then I might be able to get... I might not even need the stone scale oil. Or the stone scale eel, whatever. Although it is cheaper, isn't it? Yeah. The stone scale eels are really cheap. So I think that's why I switched as soon as I
Farewell.
Greetings. But we'll see how long those last. Then again, I have to consider the cost of the recipe, right? At this point, because it might be cheaper just to keep with the existing materials. But I'll try this one, see how high it gets. 1, 2, so I can do 3. So 253. Because right now it drops to 70%, and if those two working overtime buffs don't stack, then I have a 10% chance of failing and wasting this material. I think it might be better just to make 3 more of these, because these are really cheap, right? They're not that expensive right now, or at least they weren't when I bought them. Blindweed was not expensive. Khadgar Wister was really cheap. I guess Blindweed is more expensive. I don't know. Let me go check the pricing right now, because it might actually be better just to do the stone scale eel, even with the cost of the recipe being 1 gold 27. And then that doesn't even consider selling these, which they might sell. We'll see. Because they are used to make a defensive potion, like an armor potion. Let's see what those cost. Go away. I wish they would fix that error. Is it Jadefire? Okay, Khadgar Wister is cheap. Blindweed is very expensive. Okay, so the less blindweed I need to use is the better right now. Sungrass. Using sungrass for longer would be advisable, but I don't think I can do that. I used it all the way to 239. I think I'm good. I think this is good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if I math it out, creating each elixir of greater intellect, creating each of these is somewhat expensive. It's about 2 gold each. These are super cheap. On the auction house, like buying the fish, they're like dirt cheap. So it's probably cheaper to make the stone scale oils, especially if I add in the price to sell them. So I'll probably just do that. I'll continue to do that. But this at least gets me to 253, which means after the next Dark Moon Fair, I will be at 263. Because I'll just do 10 and, 5 and then 5. Okay, so now I'm going to put stuff back in. No, that doesn't go there. Okay, there. Stone scale eel goes there. And then I'm just going to vend that. It's not worth putting back in there. They're so damn cheap anyway. It's like a penny compared to the other stuff I'm doing. It's so damn expensive. Alright, so I'm going to vend those. They're worthless. I'm going to vend that. That is not worth anything. these are worth something, but not a lot. I'll just hold on to this. No. I will put this in there because these can be used... they're garbage, actually. Compared to, like... I'll see if I can sell them. The hit... The stone scale potion, the potion that you make from that, I think, comes from a quest, and I'm not going to be doing that quest on all my characters. At least it used to. Okay, so we're putting consumables here, right? Okay, so now we are at 253 and 240, which is where I was expecting to end off, right? With this cycle, this first cycle up here. This one, and then this one. So we're good. So now do I have to train anything? That's the one thing I messed up with the other item. Okay, I'm good. So I've used the minimum amount of gold to get as far as I can. Claudetta, so let's replicate this on the next character, who is Dingleroot. I think he is already leveled up on one of these, farther than the others, because I was leveling him up. I forget if it was a test. It was a long while ago. Let's see. Yeah, he's already to 330. I forget when I did this. I think I may have done this a year ago. Dingleroot.
What can I do for you? Safe travel.
Let's see. How's his fishing? Okay, he's good there. Good there. He needs first aid. Just to keep it leveling up, just for the sake of it. He's good there. This needs to be trained. So I won't be doing his alchemy right now. He'll just sit there and not have his alchemy leveled. Okay. Come on, server. Am I getting disconnected? Server just disconnected me. I'm not losing frames. Good job, server. There was no announcement of a shutdown, right? Nope. Just kill the thing. All right. And we'll come back in. This is the guy that's been much, much higher for ages. I was having fun with the shaman, so I was leveling him like a year ago or whatever. Just going up through the ranks. Got him to 56. Ah, there we go. That's where he disconnected. When he was at that moment in flight. Don't know if it was a handoff issue between server instances or what. We are leveling up Tailoring to 240. And for that, all we need is the Mage Weave. And then I'll just buy the Heavy Silk. Whoa. One. Okay, I'll grab that. Because Heavy Silk is expensive. Enough. I keep re-architecting the way I have my action bar set up so that it looks correct when it appears. You know, so I have the things I use the most right here, which is how I like it. So you will see these bars change, you know, as I keep leveling, as I rethink what I want to have access to as I'm in combat and stuff. Okay, so let's
Good day to you.
Bite the bullet and go 20. 20 more. I'll go 19 more. So now I have 2 stacks.
See you later.
Excellent. So with this, I'm going to train. Obviously, artisan tailoring. Okay, now I'm not going to learn all of these. I'm going to learn the leggings. That's it. The most economical thing to make. I'm going to make that until I hit 215. So 5 of them. Oh, whoops. Silken thread, not heavy silk. 20. 20. I can just put the extras in the bank.
See you around.
Okay, so these require, oh God, stop giving me little pop-ups. In. Okay, so when I go here, you can see it requires 2 bolts of mage weave and 3 silken threads. But the thing is, if I just level this up 5 times to 215, notice the 2 bolts of mage weave, that's very expensive. Like, incredibly, like this is chump change compared to the cost of the mage weave. We're talking like 8 gold, you know, just to keep processing. 8 gold for that much mage weave for each level up. So this is like 40 gold worth of materials just to get to 215, right? So we want to minimize the number of mage weave bolts that we're using. So when you come in here at 215, I can go orange mage weave shirt, and this only requires 1 bolt of mage weave.
Hey there.
And to compensate, you do have to buy some dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to actually level this up 8 times. And that will get us to 223, which is where the orange mage weave shirt drops below 80%. Or at least that's what I think that's what I did last time. Okay, 100%. Still at 100%. 90. 80. One more. Yep, now at 70%, we're not going to make
Safe
any more.
travels.
Because we can't afford to not get a ding. Okay, so the next one is Black Mage Weave Gloves, which unlocked at 215.
Be careful.
All right, so now we're going to make Black Mage Weave Gloves. How many are we going to make? We're going to make enough to hit 237. So 12 of them, right? Whoops. That was interesting. No, 14 of them. Yeah. So 14 of these. Notice it's only 2 bolts of mage weave each, which is very nice, compared to the last 3 points to get to 240. So this will get me to 237 for 2 bolts of mage weave for each point. When I get to 237, then this goes below 80%, and it's not worth the risk of not getting a hit, because the next 3 points I can guarantee by making Black Mage Weave headpieces. 3, 90, 86, 83, 2 more. Now 80%, and the last one. Okay, so now
Greetings.
I'm going to train. What am I going to train? Black Mage Weave Headband. And I've looked all these up and compared and contrasted the materials required, and this is absolutely the most economical way to do it. Just 3 of these is all I need, and I do need more.
How are you?
Heavy silken thread. I need 2 more. So I'll create all of these. So 6 threads. So I need 42 heavy silken thread, it looks like. And only 15 silken thread. And there we go,
Have a good
240.
one.
Now I'm not going to learn anything because I don't want to use recipes to get to 250. When I get to 250, then I will learn Bolt of Runecloth. And then I will make Runecloth bolts out the wazoo until until I get as many as I need to level up to the next breakpoint, which is 290. So I'll get that better calculated later. So I'm going to send these off to the character that does all my disenchanting. That's why they end up in the DE pile. These are unsoulbound greens go in this stack. I'm going to sell all this stuff. All the orange shirts just get sold because, you know, you might think, oh, no, sell them on the auction house. They don't sell. They just don't. Probably because too many other people are making them for them to be worth anything. That's usually what happens with things that aren't discoveries. Okay, so these go back in. These will go back in. Now I have a number. So 42 heavy silk thread. I'm writing down these things over here. And then 15 silk thread. That way I know how to prepare, how to better prepare. Okay, so I have no more materials here. And does he have his Philosopher's Stone? He does. Okay, so he made that a long time ago. And he doesn't have anything to contribute in his back,
Need help?
right? Sometimes I misremembered. Okay, so he has Mage Weave. So let me write that down as well. So Dingleroot also has Mage Weave cloth. Yeah, okay. Good, 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 good.
Be careful.
I would sometimes do that, like just in a hurry, in a panic. I'm like, I need space, I need space. Okay. Okay, on to Edward, and I'll record this one more time. That way you see the full process for both professions at once, as opposed to one or the other. Now that I have all the material lists. Let's see, does he need... I forgot to train Dingleroot in first aid. I should do that here before I do anything else.
How are you? Have a good one.
Let me go back to Dingleroot and train him up. That way I don't forget. After Edwarden lands, I love my trap launcher. You always want this on, always. It's lovely that it's just like a toggle. You just toggle it on and it stays on. It's no longer, you know, it's no longer a thing that you have to cast it first and then do your trap. That's really tedious. Okay, let's go back to Dingleroot real quick. I'll touch up his first aid. First aid, of course, is trained in the cathedral on the right.
You need something?
Yes. Train me. I will learn all these low
See you
things.
around.
Just because they're cheap. I think the next time around I won't be learning any more bandages. I'll just do the base skill level. Just so it unlocks the next range. Okay, so I'm going to bring this guy back over. I think Northrend cooking unlocks at 350, right? I think that's where everything unlocks, is like when you're 15 below or 25 below the next below the cap of the previous expansion. That's where the next one unlocks for the next 100 points. So you get another 75 points total. All right, so we're done with Dingleberry. All right. I'm not doing the Christmas stuff. I'm not thinking about Christmas yet. I did it on Brill. It looks like you can get the dagger, the really nice dagger, but it drops at whatever level you're on, so it's not going to be worth anything really below 90. So I have one character on which I can actually do it and have it be worthwhile. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really know how many of these I need. I'm just going to grab everything out. Sungrass should have been here. Come on. I'll eventually move all this stuff into the same screen. That way it's easier to pull from. Okay, so... Okay, we'll see how this works. Get my recipe out of my bank. Which has been sitting there for ages.
For the
Edwarden. Oh, Edwarden also has them. Interesting. I must have been like casually just mailing out bulk amounts because I just had so much. Maybe I think what it was it was like down to 10 silver or something each. I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna buy as much as I can. So I bought like, 100 stacks or something. because it was so dirt cheap. All right, so let's do tailoring first. Let's buy
Step on
42 of these, so 20 and 20. Annoyingly, you can't buy more than a certain
Safe
amount at a
travels.
time in this version of the game. Okay, we're going to train that up. And now we're going to go down and look at the list. We're doing black mage weave leggings. Again, we are making 5 of them. Just 5. That's where we're using our 15 silken thread. So I can just turn that on so I only see the ones that I have materials for. 4 and then 5, and then we switch immediately to the recipe that has become available that is much cheaper to make.
What are you looking for?
We're going to buy 8 orange dyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Need
We'll
help?
train
good
up
one.
orange shirts. Going to make those.
Honored friend.
Going to make all of them. Next thing will be black mage weave gloves. The important thing when you're leveling professions is just have patience. Don't try to do it all at once because it will cost you. Do it over time, either by collecting the materials or buying the materials when they're really, really cheap. For some reason, like people are just like dumping materials. That's when you want to buy. That's when you want to stock up. So 223, yes.
Greetings.
Now we're going to learn black mage weave gloves.
Be careful.
All right. So now we're going to make 14 of these, right? Yeah, 14 of these. Whoops. Nope. Should get us to 237. I wish I had a thing that moved this up here somewhere. I would have to do that with weak auras that I just don't have the energy to create a thing for it. I like the way it is on retail, where it's like a bar you can move around, and I usually put it right up above the map here, or right above where the icons, the cooldown icons that I like to have there go. But not here. All right. Now the last 3 points we're going to get from black mage weave headband, which is expensive to train, right?
Go with honor,
No,
friend.
still pretty cheap to train. Now we should be able to make 3 of those and hit 240, and then we're done. Done with tailoring for the moment. I will have so many hundreds of things to crunch for disenchanting materials or for enchanting materials. It'll be crazy. Now we're going to level alchemy according to the recipe plans. Let's train. Obviously train the band upgrade. Now we're going to do greater mana potions. Let's check
Looking
if
for
anything
something
showed up.
specific?
Nope. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's right. Alright, so we're going to do 5 of those because it uses gold thorn, and gold thorn is very expensive. See that? 7 gold each. So this right here is going to cost me like 40 gold just to get 5 points. It's crazy. You want to do that as little as possible. That's why I basically used the Dark Moon Fair to get the last 20 points. Like I went from 190 to 210 just with Dark Moon Fair, because otherwise I'd have to use Gold Thorn, and it's stupid expensive. Okay, so is it Super Healing Potion next? Yes.
Go in peace.
And I've done the math on what's
You
cheapest to
need
level.
something?
So that's why I'm choosing the ones I have. And we're going to do how many of these? We're going to do 14 of these to get to 239, right? Or no, we're going to do 28 of them. Right. 14. Oh, wait, no. 10. 24. I have my numbers wrong on my spreadsheet. Don't know how I did that. So then we'll do the Philosopher's Stone. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I need to learn that. Do this.
Be careful.
Okay, that unlocks the next tier of
What
recipes.
brings you here?
But I'll actually go and get a previous recipe. One that I unlocked a little bit earlier, and that will be Elixir of Greater Intellect, which was at 235.
May the stars guide you.
Now we'll do quite a few of these. Oh, right,
Open
right,
for
I need to buy
business.
2 more. So not
Light
35,
bless you.
45 of those. So I'm going to make 10 of these. Whoops. 10 of these. Because right now, blind weed is stupid expensive. Price of 1 blind weed.
Greetings.
I can train stone scale oil, right? It's about 127. I can sell it. Actually, it's less than the cost of blind weed.
Goddess, watch
So if
over
I can save a blind weed by doing that, then it's sort of an even Steven. And now I can just use, I can make 3 of these. And now the first one was the cost of the blind weed. Second one is savings. Third one is even more savings. So there, now we're done. Check this guy again.
Need help?
For this scout. Nope.
Go with honor, friend.
And that's how I do it. That's how you economize and really slice and dice the leveling process for professions so you're not wasting anything. Go train first aid real quick before I forget. It's okay that these don't line up. I did want them to line up for a little while, but now because of the costing is like radically different, they should catch up the next time, like after the next 2 Dark Moon Fair resets. Profession or daily resets or profession resets, which will happen, 2 weeks from today. I should have the next numbers
day to
ready
you.
to go.
See you later.
These, of course, are for the Dark Moon Fair. The quest items. I have these all marked as quest items. That way they all get segregated in their own little special area. So let's quickly go in here and vend the things I know that don't sell on the auction house. So none of those will sell. These won't sell. And the rest of this is storage for other characters or auction house. I think I will put this in the bank. Although it's not as good as like this spell damage does it, right? There's one I can use which is spell damage, which is actually better. So, auction house and auction. Whoop, not that one. And this one. Oh, and then Brickens for disenchanting. That's going to take a while. Although I have a macro that makes it faster. I just put the names of the items I want to disenchant in the macro, and it just picks whatever one is available, even if it's not in order or whatever. It doesn't matter. So I'll just sit here and just hit the enter key over and over and over again, or the E key, and it'll just crunch everything. I will put this here, and that there, and that there. And let's go ahead and start putting Philosopher's Stone things in here. As I make more and more room on this first panel, as I keep pulling materials out. I don't want to put that in there yet. Second panel. At some point, I'll be able to move everything over. I don't know why this is in here. Did that get everything? Yes. did check
need
this,
something?
right? And it's just all mage weave. Yeah.
See you later.
Or, nether weave. Misnamed that. I get a copy paste. There we go. Nether weave, not mage weave. All right, so auction house, auction gal. Okay, this character's done. Looks good. And that's it. That's all I was going to record. You've seen the process. That's what I'm doing for today. And then these guys will be ready to keep